Pete. I'm your little minx today. Wow, I'm doing okay. Oh wait, your thing is off. So that'll make a difference.
They missed my little minx joke.
Wait, you want to do it again?
No, it's done.
It's
I called
over.
Aaron my little minx, and
That's pretty nice.
yeah, I actually don't like the way that sounds in my mouth. It feels
Feels wrong.
nasty.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just a little bit.
A little catty. But you kind of
No,
resemble
a
a
minx
little
is like
feline.
a fox. Do you think? What animal do you think I look most like?
Let's say a little feline, perhaps.
A cat?
Yeah.
Really?
A little
I
feline.
think I look most like a rat.
You've said this before, and you think I look like a frog.
You do, which is really fitting for me because I used to kiss frogs when I was little.
In the hopes.
In the hopes that it would turn into a prince, 100%. I was crazy as a child. Like, I was, like, boy obsessed as a child. It was actually sickening.
From day one, you
from
remember?
day one, like, my yaya actually bought me a veil because I would go over to her house and I would, like, have her reenact a ceremony of me marrying, like, a different guy that I had a crush on every week.
Wow. And the guy wouldn't obviously be there, but you would.
No. But
emulate.
he would know because I would follow him around.
He would know.
And I remember, like, we had these little spots in preschool with our names on them. They were, like, little round, like, styrofoam, like, sort of
Little
just
bits.
dots.
Yeah.
And it would say where we were sitting in the circle. And, like, I would just casually walk over, find my spot, and move it next to the guy that I had a crush on that week or whatever, because it would always change. And I'd be like, I would make such a big scene. I'd be like, let's say his name was, like, John. Okay? I'd be like, oh, my God, who put my spot next to John? What the
Wow.
heck? And
So
then
you.
I'd go sit down, and
So
I'd be like,
you.
John, how you doing?
Oh my God.
We should get married.
Oh my God. That is so you. You have not changed at all.
I'm not like that now. I wouldn't put your spot next to mine.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I do. I have a crush on you.
You're crazy, girl. Well, it's just like if you are feeling something, some people are. I don't even think the word is subtle, but it's like, you know, you're hiding a little bit, which is confusing. Like, I don't think it should be that way. I think you should say how you feel.
No, you
but
shouldn't.
I think the art of.
I used to think you should always say how you feel. I don't necessarily
you
agree
don't
with
believe
that
that
anymore.
Why not? Well, not at the expense of other people's happiness or consent, but
Right.
well, you don't want to encroach on uncomfortability.
No,
is what I
you
mean.
don't. You don't. But I do.
Perhaps that was a poor choice of word.
No, that
wordage.
was a good choice of words. You
Guys-
should always respect that.
Of course. We just came back from a little an SB of
SB.
sports bar.
Oh, a little sports bar, yeah.
Yeah,
I was really disappointed no one bought you a drink.
we weren't there for long enough for me to.
You think you could have,
make
like, you could have made your little moves?
yeah. It's
So
not
you
even
do
moves,
make
it's just my
moves.
be-
You do
no,
make
no,
moves.
no.
Don't lie.
No. It's just
You're
my
playing hard to get.
No. It's just my being, my existing.
Yeah. Has a woman ever bought you a drink?
No, of course not.
Yeah, women don't buy people drinks.
No.
It's just unheard of.
Is it unheard of?
I've
I've never heard of it. So yeah.
The only time I've ever bought a guy a drink is like if.
Never bought me a drink.
Well, no, because you're my boyfriend.
Oh.
I only buy guys things that I don't like that much. If they're paying for me, then I really like them.
That's true.
Like, if I'm letting a guy, like, consistently pay for me throughout a night,
You like them.
that means, like,
I like you.
I like you.
Because
But
you don't
if
want to owe them anything in return.
Yeah. I mean, that's really sad, but yeah.
But what if it's like, you know, you don't actually owe them something, but they're just buying you like
It just feels romantic if a guy is buying me that much.
right.
Like, I don't feel guilty when we go home and you've spent a ton of money on me.
Uh-huh.
Because I know that in a way, like, I'll pay it back or it'll come back around. Or, like,
Yeah, it comes
you're
around. It's a
also,
circle.
like, I'm sorry, you should treat me because you're my boyfriend.
True that.
And, you know, sometimes vice versa, but you take care of me, bro. And I don't know, if I was, like, I do if I'm out, like, if I'm out and about and I know the people and they're buying me stuff,
Yeah.
like, I do appreciate it and it's a sweet little thing, but there's a certain level that I'd be uncomfortable with where it'd be like,
Yeah. No, that's
and
great.
it's not to say, like, a lot of people really take that and run with it, and as they should, but I think I get nervous that it's like a transactional thing.
Yes. No, I understand. I'm not accusing you of doing
Oh,
anything
I didn't
wrong.
think you were.
I'm in agreement.
So anyway,
But
how
anyway,
are you
to
feeling?
round it back, how are you feeling? Let's round this back to what you were saying before, which is you as a kid, which I think truly is your origin story of, I think, just saying what's on your mind. I'm trying to think if I have one. Like, you used to follow boys around, and did they like that? Did they have a good time with you?
I don't know.
When you were both babies?
Well, I had stalkers in
baby
kindergarten.
time. Oh yeah, that's tough, man.
It was really hard for me.
That's tough. That's too early.
Well, actually, I'm happy that it was 5-year-olds stalking me that were the same age than like grown men now. Because if I had a stalker now, it'd be way more terrifying.
Because you both are young, so you both are cute.
You're both cute, and like it's a crazy thing to threaten to kill someone when you're 5.
Right.
But I think there's also a level of like.
But you fought back.
Yeah.
Of course.
I did. I actually physically.
You're
fought.
Stronger than maybe 99% of people I know. Like,
Stop.
If there was an SAT
Stop,
for
you're
strength,
gassing me right now.
I'm
bro.
not gassing
you're
you, bro.
gassing me.
We wrestle maybe twice a month.
Well, you're not.
I get thrown
you're
to the
not
ground
like,
every single time. I get pinned down.
You know, I was like working out with one of my friends from the studio, and she was like, I'm just like, you know, I kind of do feel like it's nice to have like a man's man who is my boyfriend, and I was like, yeah, like it's nice to have that gentlemanly aspect and like feel taken care of, I guess. And because I feel like I grew up with the extreme of that, which was also you want someone to protect you and you want someone to care for you and take care of you. I think any person wants that, no matter their gender. But
right,
you know, she was saying that, and then she was like, you know, like if an intruder came into the house, like I wouldn't feel like I'd have to fight the intruder for the both of us.
Girl, you would be on your damn own.
And I was like, damn. Yeah.
I mean, just like objectively, you would be the better person to reason with the individual.
I wouldn't. Yeah. God, that would be awful.
Because what would you do? You'd be like,
I think it's good that we live in an apartment.
You would take the number one. You would take the number one tactic, which is you would say what your name is, right?
Yeah.
What would you do?
No,
so
I know what I would do if I was being attacked.
Okay, so
I've
let's
thought
say-
about this a lot because
okay,
people
okay.
have tried to attack me.
Okay, so let's say I'm knocking on the door and I'm home, but I'm asleep and I can't get up, and I knock on the door.
Hello? I wouldn't answer the door. Rule number 1.
This is me picking the lock.
I'd go out the fire escape.
We don't have a fire escape.
I'd jump.
You jump
I don't want to fucking die.
from the 3rd story? How do you know they're gonna kill you?
They're picking my lock.
They could be robbing.
I don't want them to take. I don't have a
Could
lot
be
of
a
things here
robbery.
except for like
you
hand-me-down
leave me.
art.
You leave me in the house.
No, I would take you too. I'd take Donna.
That's fair.
But Donna would get killed because
she would get
attack.
killed immediately.
She'd
would go
attack.
straight for the ankles.
Wait, you guys. So we put Donna on a diet because she basically, when cats gain weight, and it could be an issue for their health because somehow it like puts pressure on their anal glands and they start like, sorry if this is TMI, like juicing this really nasty, thick, sticky substance out of their
So
butt.
you went very descriptive when you.
And Donna had that issue for a long time, and she like has really bad I guess you would say anxiety. It really makes me sound like I'm from LA that I'm saying that my pet has anxiety, but she shows physical symptoms of her stress similar to me. So, you know, sometimes she'll bald on her head, she will gnaw at her arms so that she's missing fur right now all along her arms.
She's your
looks
Gemini
really
twin.
bad.
It doesn't look that bad. It's getting better.
Okay. Well, anyway, for a while when we moved here and we flew her from Michigan to San Francisco, and then we drove from San Francisco to LA, and then we went to an Airbnb for a while. We were kind of in and out of there, sharing a studio with Donna. Then we moved to our old apartment, and now we're in this current apartment, which is the exact same, just in the next building. Donna was juicing everywhere. Like, she was just seeping her little juice all over the place.
But we expressed her. We got her
expressed, and the doctor, you guys, my mama bear came on though because the doctor was like, that was disgusting, and I was like, what did you say about her?
Imagine if a cat just literally shit her butt all over you though.
It was really bad. So Anyway, we decided we had to put her on a diet and take away her dry food because she would just overeat it. She's not one of those cats where you can just leave out a bowl of food.
She eat it all and she throw it up.
So she lost some weight, and we were like, I think it's time to add back a little bit of dry food because we want to strengthen her teeth. And in the middle of the night last night.
Well, Sophia expelled me into the living room.
I don't know why. Why was I mad at you?
I think it was like a joke thing. Like I could have entered the room.
Yeah.
I could have come back.
But you didn't
very
come back.
easily, but I didn't. I was like, I kind of
Well, like when you were on the couch, I was like, he wants me to go get him, so I'm not.
Well, I wanted to kind of be on my phone for a little bit, TBH.
I get that. I guess.
So I'm just hanging out. I'm scrolling, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up, and then I hear a little, and I'm like, what the heck is that? We have like a little tall ceiling in the kitchen. So I'm like, is something outside? And I go up. I'm hearing. I go to the kitchen. It stops. I'm like, that's weird. Whatever. But I'm like half awake, so I'm like, okay, I'm going back to bed. I'm trying to go back to bed. As soon as I leave the kitchen, I hear. And at this point, I'm like, there's no way that's Donna, right? Because I didn't see her. So then I turned on the light. Donna's not anywhere. I thought maybe she was on the counter or something. Like sometimes she tries to sip water from the faucet.
She does do that. She loves sipping from faucets. She has oral fixations.
She loves like sucking on some things.
She does. She sucks on her tail to fall asleep. But continue.
So I thought maybe she was sucking on some things, and I go to the window, and and I don't see anything, and then I come back, nothing, leave again. So then I'm like, what the frick? I come back, still nothing, and it stops. Like it stops as soon as I enter the kitchen, but I don't see anything. So I'm like, what the heck even is that? So then I start going through the cabinet. At the top cabinet, top shelf, I open it up. And Donna is inside. She broke into her dry food, and she's staring at me. And boy, did she know she was busted.
So, Aaron decided we're going to have to hide the dry food because she knows how to get it. So, he wraps it in a trash bag.
To be truthful, like what she did was she opened a cabinet. Like a full-on cabinet. She opens it. She gets inside, and then it closed on her.
And she was happy as
the cabinet wasn't open. She was like, I'm fine.
Of course, because she's with food, and that's all that's what solely motivated by food, which honestly, like,
just like us.
And so Aaron puts the bag in the top like the top shelf of our entryway closet.
It's behind a sliding door. You have to literally slide it. It's heavy too.
So Aaron's like, she's crying all morning. Like, she wants food.
Classic.
We're like, okay, we're going to give her a little dry food. Aaron goes to grab the dry food. Lo and behold, the trash bag has been sliced open and more food is missing. So she went up there and took little snacks throughout the night. Somehow found it. She has a strong scent for her food.
And then I moved it to a dresser, like a little cabinet, and she took the lining off the cabinet. Mind you, it's not like we're starving her. You're probably being this like, oh, she's hungry, you should feed her more. That's not the case.
No, okay, let me also say this. When we say put her on a diet, we mean just feed her 1 can of food a day.
Like a full can.
Yeah.
She's eating like as much as a normal cat should be eating. She's just like she's so hungry.
She's just so food motivated. And honestly, like girl. After a while, she grabs your ankles with her paws, like literally snatches you and starts gnawing at your leg. Yes. And she gnaws at herself when she's hungry, which is like
she tries to eat her
really concerning.
She tries to eat her own body.
She does. She tries to eat her own body, and I don't
do the same shit though.
You eat yourself? Yeah, you do. You bite the shit out of your fingers. Like they're stubby as hell. I used to do that, but now my nails are kind of long.
You've been taking good care of them.
I'm trying to grow them out so that I don't have to get acrylics. Because every time that I do get acrylics, my bank account suffers.
Yeah, it's
extremely.
That's an expensive
And then also when I go into the nail ladies who do my regular nails after my nails have been dead from like 2 sets of acrylics, they judge me. They're like
do the voice
because they don't do acrylics.
Right.
No, they don't have. No.
I'm just saying talk like that. I'm like, what?
I know you're trying to get me to
awkward. Okay. What? say?
Say that I'm disgusting. No, they say that I've ruined my nails
Oh my god.
because I put the gel X or the acrylics on them, the false nail on top of it. But like you got to do it for the claws sometimes. Sometimes you just need the claws. I feel like I feel so naked right now. I feel a little better because my nails are kind of longer, but I feel naked and gross. Like if I just had like a long red or a French
It's almost
tip, like that'd just be so nice and sexy.
Yeah.
And like, do you think I'm sexier with acrylics or no?
I do like the nails. Yeah, when you do have nails, it is.
Like,
it's
what's the
statement.
thing that draws you to like a woman's nails? Because I remember
If they're long and nice.
you like long and nice and painted
Yeah.
or natural.
It doesn't. I don't know the difference necessarily.
Okay, so you like long. You like a long. Like what color?
I'm not too picky.
Okay.
I'm not a kind of picky guy. I don't really care that much, but I'm just saying if I'm like, oh, a long nail.
Oh, you like it.
I see it. I'm
Like
like,
it tickles
ooh,
your
wow.
fancy a little.
Yes.
Like you get turned on
You
when
could
you
tickle
see
me.
Do you get turned on when you see a long nail?
No. But no, I wouldn't say that, but I don't not.
You're crazy.
You're crazy, girl.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyway, well, we were looping back into something interesting, which was you following boys around, but I was trying to think again about me. If
Following boys around. At the club.
no, like about like was there any kind of particular experience that you felt like was a standout in terms of like I think for me something that happened was I remember. Why are you nodding like I'm saying crazy shit?
I just love listening to you. I love you. Get used to it. I'm in a good mood.
One thing I remember was like in kindergarten, I remember there was this girl who like had scissors in her hand. I'm forgetting her name, but it was in kindergarten. She had scissors in her hand, and I guess she was playing with it or something to a degree where she like cut her hair or something happened where she cut her hair, but I was sitting next to her and then I had scissors in my hand and people thought that I cut her hair.
That would happen to you.
So I cut her. So the people were saying that I cut her hair, but I totally didn't cut her hair. And then obviously it's her word against mine in that sense. And then all the class is immediately on her side that I had then cut her hair. The teacher comes in and says, "You cut her hair." And I said, "I didn't do it." Like it actually wasn't me. Like I was just confused, but like I had scissors on my desk. It looked bad, you know? So then I had to call her parent. I had to call her mom.
And apologize?
Yeah, she was like, "You have to tell her mom." So I had to freaking dial her up.
Did you say that? Did you lie and say you cut it?
No, but I was being blamed. Like no one believed me.
So when they forced you to call her up, what did you say? People
Well,
are
I
making
said,
me lie?
well, you know, if it's I'm at the age where it's like everyone is saying like I did this.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. I was really mad though, and upset. I feel like that was my origin story in a way.
So what did you turn evil after?
In a way, I feel like
How did you feel about the girl?
I mean, I don't even know what she knew happened to her. I don't know how her hair got cut. What the heck is going on?
No, something similar happened to me in
I'm
kindergarten.
trying to expose my deepest, darkest
I
ness.
do have an origin story like that.
Okay, what's yours?
So, my friend was like coloring on the floor and I was supposed to put my art stuff away. And so the teacher was like, "Okay, put your stuff away." And again, I was obsessed with some boy. I forget who it was at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I like tapped my friend on the shoulder and I was like, "Do you think this guy is cute? Because like I'm so into him and I think he likes me too, blah, blah, blah." And the teacher, I will never forget, like yanked my arm. And I was like, "Oh my God," she heard that I'm like a little flirty 5-year-old. And she was like, "I said not to talk while putting your stuff away." she was so upset with me. She made me sit out the rest of the school day
Really
just
funny.
watching the other kids.
That is really funny.
And
The rest of the school day?
yeah,
That's a long
it was
time.
close to the end. It
Oh,
was like
okay.
half an hour.
It was like 15 minutes, you know. Okay.
But then I started to have like a full panic attack in front of the entire class because
Whoa.
I was like, oh my God, like I'm in trouble.
Right.
Start hyperventilating, like fully hyperventilating. She takes me to get waters, like rubbing my back. I'm like,
she feels bad. Oh man, you weren't good.
I'm like, don't.
You weren't good, bro. This is you. This is your origin story. This is how you started.
I was like, don't fucking touch me.
She was having a rough day and tried to rub it in, and she was
No.
like, "Oh,
No, yeah. And then
This-
she had to go up to my mom at the pickup line and be like, look, Sophia had a hard day, but she's fine. I'm like hyperventilating to my mom. She was like, what did you do? And I was like, Mom, like I was just trying to talk to my friend for like, and my mom was like, I think she knew I was boy crazy, and I think I disgusted her in a lot of ways because of that.
As a child?
No, seriously, we had a lot of issues because of it. Like from like
From that age. Was
kindergarten
were your
to-
parents of the generation where it's like,
to high
if
school.
you're in trouble and you're upset, they immediately take teacher's side, or would they try to get to the bottom of what happened with you? Do you know what I'm saying?
They were kind of like, oh, it happens, because they knew how much I beat myself up about it. Like I would sit there for days and like just be distressed. Like I would be so like I still think
my
about the times in school that
God.
I've gotten in trouble, and I like actually could start crying thinking about them. And so my parents, I think, felt bad, but they were never the type of parents that would ever confront a teacher. They would never do that. Like they were kind of just like, you deal with it on your own.
Oh, my parents would confront.
Yeah, see, that's really mature, but I would never confront a teacher. Well, actually, I probably
I
would.
mean, it depends what happens. Because I remember a teacher like freaking gripped me up, and my dad was not
Gripping
happy.
you, like,
He grabbed my face.
oh.
He gave me a little slapperoonie,
See, my teacher just grabbed my arm.
a little jail grab.
Jail grab, yeah. You
Jail
know.
grab sucks, dude.
My mom used to jail grab me.
Oh,
And
oh,
it
your
was like-
mom jail grabbing
and
that
your
would
heart-
suck.
My heart would sink. Like, even now, if my mom is, like, trying to tell me something and
Oh,
she
that-
grabs me here, I, like, feel chills down my whole body.
Yeah, jail grab is tough, man.
It's really
I can see your
tough.
mom, because you got a grip too.
Well, my mom's gotta go rip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would not want that. I wouldn't want that today.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying. It's like, would I rather have my dad scream in my face or a jail grab from my mother?
Oh, you're dead any day of the week.
Yeah.
You're dead any day of the week.
Yeah. Well, my dad was really scary when I was.
Nah, for sure. But like, yeah,
He's also a sweetheart. My parents were never like hard. They
they're sweetie little pies.
they were never like. But I think my parents just grew up in the
Different gen.
generation
It's
where
a
they were
different
hit.
gen.
You know what I mean?
It's a different gen.
So they were like, oh, we don't hit our kids. Like it's whatever. Like,
And they didn't.
and they
did
didn't.
Not do
They
that.
no, never, not even close to that. But like they grew up with that. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah.
imagine what they had to go through to like
Generational trauma.
yeah, and
Juicy.
like my grandparents are super sweet people and they don't hold any resentment, but that was just the way that you disciplined,
Yeah.
especially like immigrants, I think.
Give a little smackaroony.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyway, that was my origin story. I was like
That-
hysterically sobbing.
that's insane. That totally makes sense.
And
to
I
me.
like still low key have like a little grudge on that teacher to this day.
Oh God. Well, it's funny. Like you don't think about it at the time until you're grown up, and until you realize like how, quite literally, like none of that mattered. Like I think back to like when all these teachers used to say like, you know, this would be completely unacceptable in the real world, and they're only and that instills like this insane fear, I think, about just like the entire world. Like I grew up very afraid of breaking rules, and I think I was like as a little kid I was very afraid of consequences and very afraid of stepping on people's toes.
That's funny because
Well, I
can I
think
point something out
well
about you?
I think that had later stemmed into like me realizing that a lot of these rules are stupid, but also not wanting to face conflict or consequences. So it would still, I think I would obfuscate following rules by being a little sneaky.
Yeah, and you just wouldn't deal with the issue.
It would
anyhow.
cause me to be a little sneaky guy.
Yeah, because you lie.
Yeah,
You're a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing about you, I notice, is that you're terrified of your parents more than you are of like a teacher.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'd say I'm reverse.
So I don't think. Yeah, that's true. I think like when I got there were certain things that I think I realized at a young age.
And I mean that makes sense because I guess you respect your parents' opinion more. So
yeah, of course. And you know what? I think that there's still there's always someone that you're beholden to in your life. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be the toughest guy. You can be the weakest person. There's someone that you're beholden to that no matter who you are, you just submit yourself to.
Who's yours?
I think for a lot of guys, it's their fathers, where it's like you could be as clear as day about whatever opinion you might have on a one-on-one basis with literally anyone else. So whether it's like a political topic or like an artistic opinion or whatever it might be, you can convey that really clearly. But as soon as it's to that person, like you lose all control. I think like me and my dad are like we're super tight, but like growing up as like a teenager, I just feel like I couldn't talk, you know, like when you lose that ability to talk completely.
Yeah.
It's a really weird thing. I don't know, like you just kind of lose all.
Thankfully, I've never felt that with my parents about certain issues. Like, I think a lot with like sort of sexuality and shame and that stuff. I had a really hard time talking to my mom about. So I get that. And I still do sometimes. I think like for me, which is really weird, like male authority figures who I know are in the wrong. I still see
right.
Like,
I mean,
and I see friends my age, like fully talking back to those people and being like, oh, fuck them. Like talking back to their face. And like in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's so rude. But no, they're literally just standing up for themselves.
Yeah.
But for me, like if I was in an uncomfortable situation where someone was making me uncomfortable,
right,
I think I would try to be nice to get out of it. And I know that that's like, and even with authority figures, because
well, honestly, it's a survival instinct, and that is what has gotten you out of situations your whole life.
Yeah,
and that was how you would that would be expected of you, either from perhaps a parental figure or perhaps like a teacher, whatever school you went to. It would be like, oh, you know, you can't be mean to a boy who had a crush on you. You know, you can't ice him out. You can't yell at his face.
Yeah, that did happen to me.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think that that's a learned behavior in a way where like some people feel shut down by their parents over certain things. I'm not saying that I felt that way necessarily, but
no, but you there's certain topics that you definitely feel that way with your parents.
Yeah.
Like I'm speaking you as in me as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean I get that. Like, so but sorry, I kind of interrupted you. You felt that way about your dad growing up.
Yeah, I think for a time, I think that's pretty normal though.
Like, what things did you feel like you couldn't talk about specifically?
It wasn't that I just feel like, look, if he had an opinion literally about anything that I disagreed with, like I remember in high school, my primary focus was like theater and stuff. And I remember like they felt it should be academics, which makes sense. From like a parental figure, it makes sense. But I remember there was like, we had like 3 weeks to put on a show or something. And then one of that week, he didn't allow me to rehearse because...
like go to rehearsals?
Yeah. To study for like the SATs. And I was like, he was like upset that I even proposed the idea of like going to those rehearsals. Which to me, like,
what did your director say?
It was a senior independent project, so it was another student. But obviously, like, yeah, they weren't thrilled about that.
So were you like cut from the play?
No, I mean, what can you do?
Missing a week of rehearsals.
Yeah, it was really bad. But like,
and you definitely didn't study for that SAT, did you?
No, not really.
So what did you do that week?
I just hung out, dude. Hung out with my freaking grandpa.
Right.
We chilled, dude.
So,
what was I saying?
Your dad said that you couldn't.
Oh, yeah. But like things like that where it's like obviously my SAT score had no indication of like the college I ended up going into. I went to school for theater. Arguably, if I had grinded in theater for that extra week, maybe I would have you know what I mean? Like that had like, and I knew that was the direction that my life was going. At that time, I was a senior.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be me getting an extra 20 points on an SAT test. That's fucking stupid, you know? But like, you're unable, you especially at that age, just like these people are older than you, they're authority figures. You have to kind of listen to them to a certain degree. But then I feel like, and it wasn't just my dad. I think, no, it was probably mostly him. But I think he's more vocal about his opinions in a certain way.
Yeah.
Where
more vocal than your mom.
Yeah. My mom isn't super vocal. I mean, she's certainly opinionated, but she'll let you figure it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And my dad, I'm not poo-pooing. I think that my dad is much better. But he's much better about that now. Like in our adult life, he has been nothing but supportive about this.
Yeah, I feel like he's almost the opposite now.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like
no,
he would
totally.
be upset if you weren't doing acting.
Oh,
now,
I completely
which is crazy
agree.
that. So what did they say when you got into Michigan and wanted to go
to school? I think that it was the best school I got into.
But for acting, like, was the reason that they didn't want you to go for acting was because they thought it was more competitive and you wouldn't get in, or was it because they wanted you to go for academics?
They wanted me to go for academics.
So then, how did they feel when you went for acting? What did they say to you?
I think they realized that it was a good school and that it was fairly competitive.
How did you show them?
I mean, they just knew, and I didn't get into really many schools for academics. So I had both grades, man.
Wow. So in the end, like, what did they say when they sent you off to school?
I mean, I think it was just like, this is what it is, you feel?
Wow. That's kind of crazy, Aaron.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I agree.
Oh,
It is crazy, dog.
Well, just, like, I just wonder what changed their perspective so much, because now...
I think it was, like, that, A, I was very serious about it, and then, B, like, I was accepted somewhere that was considered good, you know? And they realized that, oh, like... I mean, this is a good school. You can go there, and he'll figure it out. I think, like, at that point, they allowed me to take the reins a little bit more.
Yeah.
But prior to that, like, also from their perspective, they're a parent. They don't know what's going on. They just, like, you can, like, hindsight is almost 20/20 in those scenarios. It could have easily not gone into any of those schools. So I understand why they were concerned. I'm not, like, fighting that. But, like, just to say, like, at the end of the day, even, like, that initial instinct when you're, like, a first grader and you're listening to an authority figure and you're kind of like, I don't think you're right about this. Like, I know I'm a kid, but I have a gut instinct to the way that you're describing how I should be feeling right now. And I don't feel that way. And I don't think that that's right. I think that as young as you might be in any scenario, I think you have a survival instinct that is telling you something for a reason. And any kind of perspective, whoever it is, I think it's always has to be taken with a grain of salt. Unless you're a totally insane person. But just if you're not that, then, you know.
Yeah.
But some people are totally insane.
But when did you know that you wanted to go for acting?
Until once I realized that was a thing.
Okay.
Which was like junior year.
Yeah. And you were like 100%.
It's like, let's do it.
Okay. And how do you feel now about that?
I feel good.
You're drunk.
What? Well,
Still.
yeah. How do you feel? You feel good? You feel good, Tom?
I can't stop thinking about Muddy Buddies. I'm not going to lie.
Muddy Buddies are so good.
I really want to eat them, but my skin is so bad right now.
I remember I would get Muddy Buddies all the time at college.
You would
eat delicious Muddy Buddies. The mint ones are so good.
The mint ones?
Yeah, have you had the mint ones?
No, that sounds nasty.
Nah, they're actually good as heck.
Really? Like a little bit pepperminty?
Well, because those are good, but they're so sweet.
See, I want to try the peanut butter one. I don't know why you didn't get the peanut butter one.
You know, I'm not a fan of, like, peanut butter delightful, like a little delight with peanut butter. I like peanut butter on the side. Okay, I'm not like a peanut butter has to be mixed with something else. Peanut butter can't be the forefront of my experience.
Well, it's chocolate peanut butter, Aaron.
Still, like, I don't, unless it's Reese's, I have trouble with
so
the
how
chocolate
do you like
peanut butter
do you like
experience.
peanut butter more in a savory experience?
Well, no, like in a sandwich that's fine, but like it can't just be like the goal, like
I want a peanut butter and jelly
the
sandwich.
enhancement of this thing is just that it's peanut butter.
Right.
to me, like, it needs to be something different. Think outside the box a little bit with your peanut butter.
Like how so? Like a peanut butter noodle.
Yeah, like a
Love
noodle,
peanut
like
butter.
a little enhancement, you know?
Yeah, like a little
Like-
creamy texture.
Like
in there.
like salt, you know?
Yeah.
Enhance the dish. I don't just want a
Mm.
bucket of salt.
I think peanut butter is a little different than that, but I'm gonna let you run with that
Just let
one.
me run with it, girl.
Okay, well, you guys, we just want to keep it like short and sweet tonight. Give you a little intimate moan. I think next time we film, we might do it tomorrow. We might be in San Diego, so we'll let you know. But curl up, grab a little snack, treat yourself today, and I may be diving into those Muddy Buddies. I really have to debate it 'cause my skin is freaking out. So we'll see.
Why not just push it?
I
the
can't. I don't
edge.
want to push it to the limit.
Push it to the limit. Come on, girl, do it.
Aaron's
Yeah.
the lightest weight I've ever known in my entire life. But I did think about this today. It's so much more fun when you're drunk and I'm not. Because you're actually like really hilarious when you're drunk. And we're just not at all on the same level when we're both drunk.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, yeah, we've both experienced, although my experience of you a little different.
I did drink like a whole bottle of wine and some gin.
Half a cup of gin.
And not half a cup. Let's
Half a
be
cup.
like
Come on.
anyway, I got home that night and I was really happy, okay? Let me just say that
Oh,
I was
you were
really
so happy.
happy. I hadn't drank and ate like real good food in so long because I'm
Yeah.
so freaked out about my hormones and my skin.
Hormones.
So I was like just so happy to be drunk again for once in my life. And
You were really living your best life. Like when you were face down on the toilet, you were living your best life.
I was happy, yeah.
Sorry, do you want to keep that to yourself?
No, I just don't want to trigger anyone who has a metaphobia.
Well, I
do.
didn't out you for that. until
Why
just
else
now.
would I be face down on the toilet, Aaron?
Just for a little treat.
Just for like a little taste?
Yeah.
That's nasty. God. Anyway, then we were home hungover the whole next day and we ordered gelato in bed. And honestly, I felt like I was in college again with Air because basically all we did in college, we did a lot of fun things in college, but our like
Yeah.
fun nights would be going out and then spending the next day hungover ordering food, and honestly even not hungover, just ordering food in bed. That was kind of our thing. So if you want to try that with your significant other and you're both foodies, it should really bond you. If you're not both foodies, I don't really know what you love about each other. So I think you should really contemplate that.
Yeah, like if you hate like eating, like if like I don't know. I mean, people are into different shit though. Like I don't see the value in like spending a shit ton of money on concert, but like spending a lot of money on like a nice meal.
That's so
Divine.
romantic.
So romantic, so demure.
I mean, okay, like I think when I'm like young,
A
having
concert
fun,
and
like
go
I'd need to be drunk if I was at a concert.
And go jump around. Like, what do? Just jump?
You dance, Aaron.
You just jump.
Well-
You have a seat. What can you do? You're sitting. You're at a seat.
No, I will say.
And what do? You stand up and jump?
I think it would be nice to go out dancing with someone who I was attracted to, but
Yeah, go to a
you don't
dancing
offer
place.
that for me, so it's.
What are you
fine.
gonna go do? A concert and jump around?
No, you're
Sophia,
right.
You stupid idiot. Don't be a stupid idiot. Don't jump around. Come on.
I love you.
Come on.
You're so cute.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go indulge in Muddy Buddies and kiss. So, peace out, homie Jace. What the fuck is that?
Babe Naish.
Okay.
This one's for Leela.
C5 bitches.